When you have a strong sense of community, you feel that you belong and that you matter to others. You also feel emotional connections and a shared faith that your needs and those of others will be met through your commitment to be together. Communities can be of all different types: workplaces, neighborhoods, online communities. Much of the research on sense of community has focused on neighborhoods and how people are more likely to take action to improve their neighborhood if they have a strong sense of community. To find out about sense of community in your neighborhood, you'd ask yourself and other members of your community questions like, do you feel that you are a member or belong to this community? Are you able to influence other members of the community, and do they influence you? Does your community meet your needs? For example, your need for a safe neighborhood or for being recognized for a good deed. Do you share a common history, similar experiences, and more broadly, an emotional connection with other members of the community? Where there's a strong sense of community, people are more likely to cooperate with neighbors to improve their surroundings. So if I feel I belong to and have influence in a particular community, and if the community meets my needs, and if its members and I share a common history, I'm more likely to participate in neighborhood action, including civic ecology practices. Sense of community is closely related to sense of place. In particular, the attachment or emotional bonds one feels for a neighborhood, a city, or other place. Whereas sense of community focuses on social aspects, sense of place is about the physical and biological features, like the houses and gardens in the neighborhood where you live, the apartments and parks where you grew up, or the lakes, mountains, or beaches where you go for vacation. Similar to sense of community, a strong sense of place motivates people to take action, to improve their environment and their neighborhoods. Because sense of community motivates people to take action, scholars have asked, how do people build sense of community? Much of this work has been done on people who've moved to a new place, leaving behind a sense of community and desperately wanting to belong, to feel important, and to create new emotional bonds. College students who move away from home may try to recreate a sense of community through joining a fraternity or sports team. And Zionists who moved to Israel tried to recreate a sense of community by joining a kibbutz. Young men who have been displaced by war, poverty, or violence often end up in cities, and they try to recreate a sense of community by joining a gang, whether in the slums of Guatemala City or in the housing projects of Chicago. Another way to create a sense of community is through joining a neighborhood association whose members work to clean up trash, plant gardens, and share stories. I remember visiting a community garden in Minneapolis where the plots were tended by elderly Korean immigrants. They'd come to Minneapolis to be with their adult children, but they didn't speak English and didn't know anyone other than their children and grandchildren. The garden provided a place for them to belong, to matter, to fulfill their needs, and to form emotional bonds. It enabled them to rebuild something they'd left behind in their South Korean villages, a sense of community. As you visit civic ecology practices virtually and in person, be on the lookout for evidence of people who have somehow lost a sense of community. Are they new arrivals to the city, or do they live in once intact neighborhoods, now bisected by a loud highway? How are they reclaiming not only broken places, but also reclaiming a sense of community?